Next week will be very important for Chinese stocks and for the world economy. Joe Biden and Xi Jinping agreed to meet in the APEC summit next week in San Francisco. Basically, it will be the moment of truth, where we have the two leaders of the two biggest economies in the world trying to find an agreement into their disputes. So it will be a moment with high stakes, and hopefully I have high hopes into this event. So basically, what is the significance of this meeting? Um, it is the second time this Joe Biden will meet Xi Jinping in person. Last time was 1 year ago in Bali, and this marks the 6 months US push to engage its geopolitical rival, China. There are a lot of disputes where we will talk next. Uh, this event, this meeting between Xi Jinping and Joe Biden, will overshadow anything that will happen in this summit. Uh, Conversation already started months ago. They are improving conversations. Their conversations are improving. They are trying to find some agreements, but nothing yet. Um, this Friday, Janet Yellen already received their counterpart, their Chinese counterpart, and they are trying to talk in advance, finding some agreements. And I'm expecting a lot in this event. I hope U.S and China resume talks, trying to find some agreement because U.S and China have a lot to win into making business together. When we have the two biggest economies doing good, the world will do really good as well. So it is really important not only for US and China but for the whole world. It's important that we have a free trade, a fair trade, so can everyone win at this case. So there are a lot in stakes for the markets. Investors should look into this meeting because it's really important. We have corporate giants like Apple, Nike, Caterpillar that they rely a lot on the Chinese market because they sell a lot in this market. China has a lot of construction where Caterpillar sell a lot of machines. Apple and Nike sell a lot of goods to the Chinese. It is really important for their revenue. Uh, China remains the world manufacturing epicenter. Um, the biggest brands out there, most well-known and quality companies manufacture a lot of their products in China. So it's really important they can continue to have good business relations with the countries they have their manufacturing. Um, China enters in a position of weakness, and why? Because China is coming from a recession. They are having a lot of problems in their economy. It was expecting them to rebound this year, and their economy is starting to grow again and recover, but not as fast as expected. They have a lot of problems as youth unemployment. They're, they have a lot of young people coming from university that doesn't have a job because they are making a lot of fines on the tech companies in China, and young Chinese people is going out of university and want to work for tech companies, big companies, and there are not a lot of jobs out there. But China and the government being is starting to being pro business and trying to create more jobs and incentives for these tech companies like Alibaba, Tencent, for example, so they can resolve their youth unemployment. They have a problem on their property market. This is unstable now. They have weak credit demand and their exports are slowing, so their economy is not rebounding as expected. So China has to be careful now. It's for their best interest that the relations with the United States can resolve and they can resume trading and increase the relations so they can resume their exports and trying to do a lot more business so they can continue their growth for the future. Um, in this meeting, there are a lot of key issues that will be discussed, that will be talked between Xi Jinping and Joe Biden. Of course, the agenda of this meeting remains confidential, but we already know in advance or what they should be talking. It is expected they talk about the trading. There are a lot of trading disputes between the United States and China, and this is having a huge impact, a significant impact in both economies. So it's the for the good of both countries. They can agree or have some agreement, so they can resume trading and making business. So can everyone, not only U.S. and China, but the whole world wins. So they have a lot of disputes on technology as well. Um they want to assure that both technological competition is fair and beneficial for both countries, but they have to come to an agreement. We have the status of Taiwan, of course, that is always a problem. China doesn't want the U.S. to continue to sell weapons, making support on Taiwan, but United States is in the last few months is trying to not say things that they will support directly Taiwan. They are going away from that, so can China doesn't get mad between that, but it is looking like it's going in a good way. Um, keep they A few months ago they started new conversations. They want to keep economic and military lines of communication open. This already happened some months ago, and they want to continue to maintain this communication open and maybe increase that. They have a lot of global challenges as well. They have to discuss the world economy, climate change. They they need to find new ways to explore and cooperate and promote a more stable and prosperous global order. So this is the key issues that is likely to be discussed in this meeting. So what we can expect from this meeting? It will be difficult. China is in a difficult position. US at the moment is in a good position, but they have a lot to win if they agreed in some things with China and return business with China, because they are very dependent on China, even though they doesn't want to say that, but it is for the better of the US investors or citizens that they can continue to have good relations with China. So it is important. I am expecting them they can improve understanding between the two leaders, and they have a commitment to maintain an open communication channel. They will not resolve everything in this meeting. It will be There are a lot of disputes out there that are really difficult to resolve. So it will be a positive thing if they start to talk and agree in some things and continue to try to find a way to resolve the other things. It will be a really positive thing, and I'm expecting that. We want them to show progress on resolving their trade disputes and other bilateral issues like Taiwan. And it will be really good if they renew a commitment to cooperation on global challenges such as climate change, for example. But if they end the meeting and they have a really uh, good talks, and in the end they are positive and talk the same way, it will be good, and I'm expecting that. It is a really good opportunity, so we can have the two leaders of the two biggest economies talking again. If they have some agreement, it will be really positive, and I do believe the investors and shareholders Chinese company will be really pleased. And I'm expecting this will be a really volatile week, especially for Chinese stocks, because we have this meeting which will be really important, and then we have JD and Alibaba earnings on Wednesday and Thursday. So this week we are going to see a next week of series of high-level engagement between Chinese and U.S. companies and investors. Bear in mind, it will not only be Xi Jinping meeting Biden, but a lot of high political people from China coming to talk with their counterparts in the U.S. CEOs of big companies, of US big companies, want to talk to Xi Jinping, for example. I've heard maybe the CEO of Google or even Apple wants to talk with Xi Jinping so they can have an agreement and cooperate in future business. But it will be a really big agenda for Xi Jinping, because there are, of course, there are a lot of CEOs, businessmen, political figures that want to talk to him. She is a very important person. US companies and investors are trying to send a signal that China is open for business. It will be very important, so we can resolve this dispute. This meeting provides an opportunity for the two leaders to address long-standing issues, foster understanding, and explore our areas of potential cooperation. This is very, very important. As I say, they will not resolve all of their disputes, but it is important that we have an it is really important they can make some agreements, we can show some improvements in this area, and of course we can start this can be a beginning of really good talks and cooperation in the future. So it will be really good for these two countries and for the global economies, as I have said. So the outcomes of this meeting could have a significant impact on the global landscape for the years to come. Yes, if China and US start to talk again, resolve some disputes and some problems, this could be a new era, the era that these worlds need, because US basically runs the world. Everyone respects US, but China is the only country, the only economy that can rival the US in the future. Potential the Chinese economy will be the biggest in the world in the next few years, but still they have a lot to improve. They have their own problems, and this could be the next step for the both economies starting to work together and grow together. So this will be a really important event next week. So if you want to have some news into this event or follow the next JD and Alibaba earnings, please like this video and subscribe, and stay tuned, guys. I hope you find this video useful, and I hope you like the information, and please subscribe, guys. Bye.